So it's time to start thinking about engine for our Manx build. And I've been thinking about it for a lot actually, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something a little bit different than what we do on our standard builds. Like this is one of our standard builds. This is an ABW Street Performance 1776 turnkey motor. This one has all the standard fitment items with one exception, which is gloss black powder coated tin. Really looks a lot better than the standard stuff that you get out of the package. Just fits better when we do our custom fit to it, and then we powder coat it for a finished look. So this is show ready, ready to go into a customer's car and enjoy. This is a really nice build. We do a lot of motors like this, but obviously this is one of our project cars and I wanted to go a little bit of a step above. So as you know, I contacted Empi and I told them my idea for this Manx build, and they jumped on board both feet first. So let me show you what we're gonna do for our Manx. Most of it is all right over here. So what we're gonna be building is a 2007, which is a 78 by 90.5. And I chose that size for a bunch of reasons, but one of the main reasons is it goes together pretty easy. Yeah, it's a 2-liter and yeah, it's a stroker, but it doesn't require a lot of extra work and extra maintenance and all the things that go along with building a really big 2-liter. Plus you can get plenty of power out of this size motor, and the average person can build this one pretty easily. So if you want to come over here, I'll show you all the parts that go into it. So started with some H-beam rods. These came from Empi. These are 5.4 VW size, so pretty standard stuff, but going a little bit better in quality on the rods by going to H-beam instead of I-beam. These are really good pieces. They come with ARP fasteners. They're not on here right now, but I like to use those just for added peace of mind. 90.5 pistons and cylinders. These are your standard AAs. These are pretty much standard in the industry. These are awesome pistons. And cast cylinders as well. Lightweight flywheel, so because it's a light car, you don't really need this, but will give you a little bit faster spin up RPM, so that's why I chose this one. I'm going to skip the heads for right now, but let's talk about the other pieces that we got from Empi. If you come over here, you can check this out. So this is the new HEI ignition kit. It's basically an all-in-one kit, comes in one box. So you get your V8 style billet distributor. These things are awesome. They don't have the issues of, say, your old 009. These are all new technology. So again, like you'd find in the V8 market, that's what this is, but specifically made for your Volkswagen. And the kit comes with a coil, which I like these old style coils. A lot of the kits are using the GM style coil, and those are okay, but if you ever have an issue, you can't really go to a parts store and buy a GM style coil. But these round style, these old versions, you can get these pretty much anywhere still. So that's why I like these. And comes with spark plug wires. So you don't have to go and buy anything else. Everything is right here in one box with one part number, and they work awesome. We use these on all our builds. I mean, you can check it out right here. Here's the distributor. Here's the coil. Really nice package, tucks in really nice and neat. So we're using that. And then these, you've seen me talk about a million times before. I really love these cams. This is a new Empi GT series cam. So for this motor, I'm gonna go a little bit mild. We're using the GT2 cam, which is right there. There's your part number. If you want one, you can grab them on our website too. We use these on all our builds. They're great. They already come stroker clearance. They're Parkerized. I mean, pretty much anything you'd want to have in a camshaft, these are going to deliver. Plus, good horsepower, good idle, all the things that you'd want. That's what you got. So we got that one from MP2. And then, of course, the base of our motor starting with a brand new aluminum case. And some people have their preferences between aluminum and magnesium. There's some pluses and minuses to either of them, but personally, I like the aluminum case. The main reason is inside, it's already clearance for stroker. It's got a lot more room on the top here so that you're not getting real thin on a magnesium case when you start to clearance it for a big stroker crank, which we're not using a huge crank, but it's there if you ever decide to go bigger. You don't have to change your case. These also come filled in the back from the factory behind number 3 where it's really weak. It's already part of the casting, so there's no additional welding or anything done there, so no chance of warping it if you had to do it yourself. And these come in cylinder sizes already cut into the casting, so you don't have to go and do that machine work either. So we spec this one out for 90.5s, but you can get these for 94s if you want. We even have them in stock sizes too, if you ever wanted to build like a 1600. And Case savers are included right here, so if you want to go with 8mm studs, which is what we're going to do, or 10s, you don't have to go buy any other pieces. It's already in the box, so that makes it pretty nice too. These are great. Again, that motor right there is using this case. The one behind me is using this case. It's pretty much all we use anymore unless a customer specifically asks for a magnesium case. And then the important part of the stroker, what makes it a stroker, is this crank. So this is a 78mm full counterweighted crank. It's a brand new forging. These are fully machined, hardened, everything that you would want in a crankshaft. These are great for even high RPM applications. This one is 8 doweled, just like our flywheel, so it all bolts together. If I was going to build a real high horsepower motor, something that was going to be seeing some drag racing use, you probably would consider going with a wedge-mated crank or even a flanged crank. But for street use or sand use, or kind of what we're going to do with it, this is totally fine. This is basically standard of the industry. This is what everyone's using. They work great, straight from Empi. Those guys really set us up with everything that you're seeing here. We've used these cranks for years and they work great right out of the box. We have everything balanced too by the machine shop before we put our motors together, just to be extra sure that everything is within spec, but these things always come out right, so I mean, you can't fault it. And then we get into the cool stuff. That's all the hardware. Here's all the other cool stuff that we're going to do. So to dress our motor out a little bit more than that one, we're going to use some billet stuff. So we're building a Manx. I thought, why not run Meyers Manx valve covers? These come directly from Meyers Manx. You can pick these up in several different colors. They have them in silver, black, red, blue. We chose to go with black because I think it's going to fit the look of the motor. But these things are so awesome. They're all billet machined. You can see it uses a standard gasket here. Nice little machining and logo with the dual color. I mean, these look great. These are going to look really good on the motor. And to go with that, I'm going with some JC pulleys. This is your alternator pulley, but I swapped in the black pulley bolt and washer. And same thing on the lower pulley, just to give it more contrast. I think it looks good. These are great pulleys. Empi set us up with a pair of 44 HPMX carburetors. So if you're familiar with IDFs, which we all should be, they come in 40 and 44mm. So a few years back, what Empi did is they went back and recast their own version of these IDFs, which they call the HPMX. So these come with all of the upgrades that you wish your Webers would have come with, but didn't. So this is all new casting, it's all new parts. All of the Weber stuff will transfer over to these. So if you have extra jets or emulsion tubes and you want to start running some HPMXs, which you should, you don't have to go buy all new hardware and all new jetting. It all works with these carburetors. Been using these for years. They work great. Nice smooth idle, good response. They take a tune real good too. So those are the carburetors we're using. We're going to go with the chrome alternator and JC pushrod tubes, which are literally the best thing you can buy. They don't leak. They bolt right together. They're all spring tension, and they got the nice Viton seals right here. These things are awesome, well worth the money and the investment. It's all we use on our motors. And there's a bunch of other stuff that we're using too, but it's kind of boring, push rods, those sorts of things. Like, you get the idea. But all of these pieces are going to go together to build a 2007. And this right here is a 2110. And this one is going to go into our 67 Cowlook Beetle. But just so that you can see the kind of detail that you can put into building one of these motors, this one's got Berg linkage on it. It's got 48 IDAs on it. It's got JC billet tops and stacks, Empi valve covers, heavyweight pulley on the front. Some well-placed upgrades. The one we're going to build for the Manx will be kind of like this, but it's going to be just a little more special. So now that you've seen all the motor components and what we're building, let's get all this stuff over to Frank, and he's going to start putting this thing together. I'm dying to see it go together and run, but first we got to build it. So let's go see Frank.